Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're jumping right into this trying to makeup. I have so much stuff. I was already filming earlier today. If you didn't already know, I posted this on my community tab and my Instagram stories. I had a nice little ambulance ride to the hospital last week, a week ago today, because my back is acting up again. If this video is a little rough today, you know why. So I've been taking breaks throughout filming this. I did my eyebrows. I used the new Benefit Mighty Fine brow pen. I hated their old 3-prong brow pen that was like this because it was a felt tip, not a brush tip, and it looked very unnatural. This one looks very natural, easy to use. The color is good. The tips are just way better for giving that brow-like hair stroke to the brow. The other one I just did not care for, but I'm so happy they tried again with that product. And then I used my Dr. Dennis Gross LED lip mask for the first time. That's something you're not really going to see before and after right away, but you can tell with the lip plumper that I used. It not only made my lips bigger, but also brought blood flow to my lips, and you can actually see pigment in my lips for once. And then I did the base for my eyes, which does not match my skin at the moment. My apologies for that. But I did the bare minimum for self-tan because I can't bend. If you're not laughing, you're crying, okay? So we're going to jump, well, I'm not jumping anywhere, actually. We're going to carefully go into this video and move on to our eyes now. I set aside a couple different palettes I was considering using for today's look. I see this look being very pink focused. Kind of good for Valentine's Day coming up. I don't know. We have a lot of great stuff here to try, but I have two new palettes from Morphe. I never cared for Morphe shadows when they were really popular, but I've been really enjoying their formula as of lately. I don't know what collection this is, but we have... Do I even know the names of these? Why am I filming? I don't know the names of anything. This video is so helpful. It's good to laugh though. We have Pulp Fantasy and Forbidden Honey. My eye kind of goes towards this one. However, the middle shade in this palette is what's really grabbing my eye, so I'm going to use the Forbidden Honey. I'm going to continue to use some new brushes from the Morphe new brush collection. I do have BK Beauty ones as well that I have not tried on my channel, but those are all complexion. I have the M333 eye blender brush. It's a nice fluffy brush. I'm going to go into Nectar right here. I'm going to place this in the crease. Haven't worn makeup in a while and my skin's breaking out. Go figure. Misses the makeup or the barrier that makeup creates on my skin. It's a really pretty color. It's blending out really nicely. Thank you to everyone who did message me when my back situation happened. I do want to thank you here. I'm happy to talk about it with you guys in DMs if you also suffer from back problems, but for me, YouTube is just my escape, so I like to keep it about makeup, and I really want to move on and not experience back problems. I'm very open about anything, so just DM me. I also just need the distraction, and editing I can do. So as long as I get the content filmed, editing will be fine. It's just I gotta take breaks with the whole sitting because I can't sit. I'm going to darken things up with Sweet Sting, and we have the Morphe M332 brush. There is a little bit of kick up in the pan, as you can see. Doesn't bother me ever. Just make sure to tap off your brush. Deepening the outer corner. Just going back with that first brush, and I'm meshing those two colors together. Don't want to overblend though, because I still want to keep that depth in the outer corner. And right on cue, you guys bring the sun out. You guys are so good. Like, how do you do that? How do you always bring the sun? Honey Blossom, to me, looks like the most interesting shade. Has this rose gold shift to it. We're going to put this on my finger. Question mark. There's the color and the self-tan. Apparently that's on my finger. What is going on? That is so pretty. That's like an eye look that just created itself. There was no effort needed for that, which is great because I'm minimal effort right now. I love that one light layer, but I'm going to just try building it up a little bit more. See if it gets a little bit more intense. I really like the colors in this palette. It's unlike anything I have. For eyeliner, I'm going to smoke out a bit of Dark Paradise for today. I'm going to use the Morphe M363 brush. It's a little angle brush. This is the only brush so far from the Morphe collection that doesn't really work for my needs. There's longer bristles and shorter ones, so I find that kind of kicks up the eyeshadow a little too much and creates like a ton of fallout. This might be better for a liquid application as opposed to a powder, just due to the nature of its design. I'm gonna make it work, but I'm gonna have a lot to clean up. I'm gonna put a little bit in the inner corner too. For mascara today, I finally got my hands on the Haus Labs one. It came in stock on Sephora Canada. For whatever reason, I wasn't able to get it until recently. So this is what the brush looks like, and I was very excited for this mascara. Side note, BK Beauty Lash Curler is in stock now. When I used it in my last Try New Makeup, it hadn't launched yet. So now it's available for purchase, and I love this eyelash curler because it has so much spring to it. It's hard to clamp down. It's like one of those grip exercising machines, it feels like. Back to the Haus Labs mascara. This is the B Structural Volumizing and Lengthening Mascara. And as much as I like how this makes my lashes look, every day I've tried this, and it's been about 5 times now, it has flaked and smudged on me. I don't know if anyone else has had this issue because honestly, I've only seen glowing reviews about this, apart from a couple people actually having some sort of reaction to the formula. I love how this makes my lashes look, but it doesn't wear well on me. This has been kind of disappointing for me, honestly, but still wanted to show you guys, give you my little review on this. Great volume, great length, wears poorly, at least on me, in my experience. But let me know your thoughts. I know I'm probably in the minority on this one just because everyone seems to love it. All the press interviews for the movie Wicked, I always see Ariana Grande with just corner lashes that are heavier on the outer corner. I found these that I thought would be fun to try because they're very short and light and just have that outer corner fullness, which is what I'm looking for this look. So I'm going to take a little break, pop off camera, have a little stretch, come back, and we will put on these lashes. I don't know if it's the user or the lash, probably the user, where this is being an issue. Surprisingly, they have a little bit of a thicker clear band. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the complexion. I have been so excited to use this foundation. This is the new one from Anastasia. It's supposed to be full coverage, matte. I have tried this off camera, and as much as I do like it, I personally need a ton of skin prep to use it just because it is so matte on my skin. I have some new skincare and primers to test out. I just got this Lancome serum in the mail, and a bunch of you messaged me saying how much you love this, and then I looked up reviews and it has nearly a 5-star on Sephora. At first I didn't think I've used this before, but maybe many years ago. I know this isn't new. I'm just going to take some of the serum. We are going to hydrate the skin thoroughly before going in with the Anastasia foundation. And then to prime, we have the Merit Great Skin Priming Moisturizer, which I have used, and I know this is gonna work really good with that Anastasia foundation. I haven't used them together, but with other products, I love this to prime and moisturize the skin. I'm going to use one of the BK Beauty new Core Complexion Trio brushes. You can now get these individually too. So I'm going to go on with the foundation brush, which is the 115. My gripper isn't gripping. Oops, it's ripping though. This is the 115. This is it compared to a 101 and a 109 from BK Beauty. In case you want to know the size of it, kind of in the middle, which is nice. Before my skin soaks up all that moisture, I'm going to use shade 3N from the Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. And this was why I needed to tan last night, because I had purchased my tan shade. And this is neutral. I do feel like it pulls slightly warm on my skin, but you can see I'm trying to match my body, which is way more neutral than this neutral, but we will make it work. I find some companies do pull orangey with their neutrals. Tons of coverage. You can really tell because they didn't self-tan my face. My forehead compared. And a little goes a long way with this foundation. But if I didn't prime my skin, it would drag because this dries down quite fast, I find. I personally don't even need to powder this foundation, but I'm going to set slightly, bring it down the neck so we don't look too different, and then just a little bit of building on the cheeks. Full coverage foundations are probably my least favorite, and fully matte foundations are probably my least favorite finish, but I do think this looks nice. It's not my preferred sort of finish myself or coverage level, but I think if you like those two things, it checks all the boxes. So it's just a personal preference. So there's nothing bad with this foundation by any means, I feel, but just because my skin type is drier and I have different preferences, it's not one that I would repurchase again. However, it's not one that I think is bad or I would return, because there's days when I do want full coverage, fully matte, perfected looking skin, and I haven't had that for a while. I thought it'd be fun to take it there today. So that is what the skin is looking like. I think it's really pretty. It is blurring the skin and it has that coverage. If you need coverage, this has it. And I love this brush. I'm going to do my concealer actually after my bronzer and blush, which I've been trying to remember to do. And I picked up the new Patrick Ta dual-ended brush for Face 6 brush with the intention of getting his blushes, which still have not launched on Sephora Canada. So if you thought you missed them, they just have not launched as of today, which is January 30th when I'm filming this video. Got the brush, just don't have his blush. We're going to use the new Rare Beauty liquid contour, and I have the shade Serene. I thought this would be the best shade for me because it has a little bit of warmth to it. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand and pick it up, and I'm going to use the blush brush to apply this on. So that's what the color looks like. And we're just going to start bronzing, contouring the skin. This is definitely more sheer than the blushes from Rare Beauty, so don't be too worried. I still have quite a bit on my hand from using as much as I did. It's not like you just need a dot with this. You can see like you have some emolliency there, some play with it. There does look like there is some hydration to this formula, so it allows it to have that little bit of slip to it. I don't want to say oily, but it does have a consistency to it which has some emolliency, definitely. We're going to get a nice bronze going on. Maybe contour the jaw. So that amount of product I used, I didn't go back in for more, and that was plenty. We are thoroughly bronzed up. I will eventually go back with my foundation brush just to further blend everything in. But now I'm going to use the same brush, and I have a new blush shade from Merit. This is the Le Bonbon. They sent a bunch of products to me. This is one of their Flesh Bombs, which I love this formula. I'm going to use the brush to apply this to the cheek. This is such a beautiful bright pink shade, which I feel like I haven't done a shade like this in a while. And these Merit blushes, if you've never tried them, they're very buildable and have a glow. They have a beautiful emolliency. I find I can use it for full face of makeup, but these are especially beautiful if you just do like an everyday makeup, I feel, with a tinted moisturizer or whatnot. I think that's when they shine the best, but definitely works. Like, you can see pigment there. To add more of that pink to my skin, I'm going to be using the new Kosas corrector. This is in the candy shade. It's the pink one, which I love the Kosas concealer. I haven't bought it in a while though, but I wanted to try this corrector with you guys. This is a BK 114 brush. It's a dual-sided concealer brush. We're going to blend this in. I know peach is made for my skin tone right now, but I still like a pink. This is very pink on me right now. Sometimes with correctors, I can almost use them on their own. This I can't. This is a little too pink for my preference, but I'm going to go in with a little bit of my soft matte concealer and just lightly go on top of this. Still maintain that brightness under the eye, and then I'm going to set with my Kosas candy powder, which also has a pink hue to it. Not as pink as this corrector though, but I think they'll pair really nicely together. Actually, no. I have a different powder. I forgot. We're looking bright. I love that. I feel some correctors don't actually brighten me. This brightened my under eye for sure. I got a bunch of different powders from the brand Florasis in PR. And these are the gorgeous Peach Blossom powder. And I'm going to unbox them all, but right now I unboxed a green tinted one, which would be good for the redness. Maybe I should have thrown that on my skin prior to filming. Look at that pink one. That's the one I was looking for. I'm going to take out the other ones. Translucent. And this one's a lavender. Super cool. So many different colors to play with, but I'm going to try out the pink one. It's very pink looking. These packages are a twist to open. Took me a while to figure it out. And then I noticed there was a sticker on top that tells you to do just that. So So if you read instructions, you'll have no problem. So it comes with a little puff, and you can see it's a sifter. I'm going to use my Morphe puff. Whoa, I just dipped in and we had a little explosion. That is so finely milled. I like that better than Cherry Blossom. I have been loving the Kosas candy, as I was saying earlier, till I remembered this, because it's so thin, and I find some of the loose ones that have a pink to it aren't as thin as this. I already know right away I like this more than the Huda one, which is surprising, but it has a thinner formula, which my under eyes kind of need. But yeah, we're pink. We're bright. It's pretty though. I really like that. I'm excited to try the other colors. Let me know what you want me to try next. The lavender or the green. I want to try one of the colored powders. And I'm just going to take the translucent one. I was going to get another compact, but I'm going to use the translucent to set my face because I love how this looks. And I'm actually going to take the puff they give this time just to set the rest of the face. I just need a light set of powder, and this is perfect. That made this foundation even more blurring. You see that? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That might be one of my favorite things I've tried so far. Is that powder. It's so smooth and light. I want a little bit more pink to the cheeks at the back portion. I'm just going back with that Merit. I'm going here. Works well on top of powder too, which is an essential. You know how I've been raving about the YSL Make Me Blush blushes that I purchased from Sephora. Well, YSL sent me a PR package with a few of them in there. So I was so excited I squealed when this came to the door. And they sent me the really light pink one, which I'm going to try. It might be more of a highlight on my skin. And then we have nude pink mauvey one. I'm not sure the color of this. Describe it for me. I'd love to know what you call this. I was going to try this color. So I'm going to use the other side of that Patrick Ta in blushes that aren't his blush. Oh yeah, so that's more of a highlight on my skin. You can see that there. So we're not going to do too much, or are we? Throw caution to the wind. I'm going to lightly contour my nose. I purchased the YSL bronzer after I purchased blushes because I fell in love with the formula so much. I went back for this bronzer that I never purchased when this launched. So I'm just going to give my nose a little bit of a contour, bronze tour. To finish the nose contour, I'm just taking a combination these two highlights from my Dior palette. I can't not do this now. And then I'm going to take this shade again and just put a little bit under my eye. And then the House Labs mascara. Just going to touch the lashes. And I'm going to do one of my favorite lip combos right now. It's MAC Cool Spice with Flesh Pot lipstick. I have 3 shades here. We're using Flesh Pot today. I'm so happy they brought back some old favorites. They are a little bit warmer than the originals, but they're still beautiful. So using Cool Spice and then Flesh Pot in the center, and just blend these together, fighting against the sun. And I still have to go off camera, do my hair and get dressed. That should be fun when we come back. Then typically I leave my lip like this, but I wanted to try a new gloss, and this is from MakeupByCheryl. This is the Super Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Rustic Pink. I'm gonna add this on top. That's a pretty combo. I just wish that these Mario glosses lasted a little bit longer on my lips because they're so thin. I feel like the shine goes away very quickly. At the beginning, just like the House Labs, it looks incredible. It just, the wear for me on this product as well. I have my setting spray and then a fragrance I was going to finish off the video with once I come back. And both the bottles look virtually the same to me out of the corner of my eye. I could have sprayed my face with my perfume that I'm going to show you. We have the new Fenty Beauty setting spray, and then I have the Ellis Brooklyn Marshmallows fragrance mist, which we're not going to be using on the face. We're going to use the Fenty. So this is a makeup extending setting spray. I actually really like this. I've been using this too off camera. The mister is really fine. Gives a little glow, but doesn't alter my finish too much, but definitely locks in the makeup. So I have been really enjoying this. I am going to hop off camera, get dressed, finish off my hair, organize all this makeup, come back, and we will finish off this video. And you will get to see my thoughts on this new marshmallow scent. So definitely stick around because you want to know what I have to say about that. I'm back. I have to sit a mile away from my camera because of the sun. And this video took me double the time to make. I can tell by the sun how much longer this video took me to make today, but bear with me. only can get better from here on out, hopefully. So I do have a new fragrance that I wanted to wear today. This is the Alice Brooklyn Marshmallows Fragrance Mist. It's for hair and body. And this, it is so good, so fluffy. It is such a beautiful marshmallow scent. The opening actually reminds me so much of my Kayali in only the marshmallow scents, because this doesn't have any of the fruity strawberry. This is definitely gourmand. This also is really strong for a fragrance mist, in my opinion. And people were asking me how long this lasts. This lasts perfectly fine on me. I want to say 8 hours, which I think is reasonable. And also, it settles down to more of a skin scent, at least on my skin. I can still smell it throughout the day. I don't go nose blind to this scent. I can still smell it on my skin. I think this works as a perfect hair mist if you're looking for a hair mist. I feel like this would complement so many of my perfumes to use this as a hair mist, and also a great mixer because it doesn't have too many layers where I feel like it would compete with other fragrances because it's so fluffy and marshmallow, and that's the main thing I get with this. Alice Brooklyn Marshmallows is a must. Put on your list, put on your loves list. You gotta check that one out. Just gonna grab things at once as the sun's in my eyes. Still as weird as ever. We have the Benefit Cosmetics Mighty Fine Brow Pen, which has the 3-prong tip. It's so good for the front portion of my brows. I've been really enjoying it. It was already in my monthly favorites. The Morphe eyeshadow palette. Pleasantly surprised. I really do like the formula of Morphe eyeshadows that have come out as of recently. I love especially that middle shade that you get, that pink, that gold, the shift. If you like a rose gold, like this for all over the eyes is just so beautiful, and the color story is really nice as well. Really happy with this. Wish there was a mirror, but I made do. Then we have brushes. I was using the Morphe ones again. I've been really enjoying the whole set. I have some favorites for complexion if you check out my January faves, but these worked really well. Wish I had a blush from Patrick Ta to use his new blush brush with, but I have the brush and I love it. I'm a huge fan of dual-ended brushes, and this is no exception. This was exceptional for my contour, for blush. It was just so good. Highly recommend this. I used 2 of the new VK Beauty Core Complexion brushes for foundation and for concealer. I love both of these. Only tried the one side though for the concealer brush, so definitely gonna have to try the other side next time around, but these were both really good. My lip combo, absolutely love. Plus the Mario Gloss, which not my favorite, though I really love how this combo looks now with that gloss. I just have an issue with the wear. As I said before, that Mario Gloss, just with the wear of the formula. But I do love Cool Spice from MAC for a lip pencil and Flush Pot from MAC for the lipstick. This has been my go-to combo as of lately. I've been absolutely loving these paired together. These eyelashes were a little challenging for me to get on. I don't know why. I was struggling today. I'm pretty sure it was user error, but I had another pack of lashes that looked almost identical to this that were a little bit easier to apply, but I couldn't find them again. So I went with this one, but the band seems a little bit thicker. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try again. The Lancome Genifique serum, I'm gonna definitely have to use this as skincare and get back to you. One-time use, can't really tell you how this is, but I will let you know. I've been really enjoying this though as a primer. It's the Merit Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. Perfect for matte foundations, the winter weather, if you have dry skin and you need a combo moisturizer primer. Been working out really nicely for me, and it paired really nicely with this Anastasia foundation, which you can see. We don't look overly matte anymore, but it's because I set it with enough setting spray. I didn't overly powder either, but this is full coverage. It's flawless. It is a beautiful foundation. It wears well. It's just not my go-to being full coverage and a matte look, but if it is, I think it's a decent foundation. So I can make it work for my skin, but let me know your skin type. If you've tried it, do you like it? I want to know your thoughts. I loved this Rare Beauty liquid contour so much. I didn't actually end up using my YSL powder bronzer, which I have also been really enjoying. So I'll use this in another Trying New Makeup to come. I've been using this on the daily, but this was really nice. Pleasantly surprised by how it blended and looked on the skin. I wasn't sure how I'd actually like this, but so far so good. With the contour, House Labs mascara. Not gonna go on and on about this again, but I didn't care for it. Shocking, I know. I know everyone loves it. Don't hate me. It just flakes and smears on me, We'll see if it does it today, but every day I've used this, it's done it, so I don't know what's going on. I got this setting spray early from Sephora. It launched early on Sephora Canada. It's the Fenty Beauty one. I love how this makes my whole makeup look. This adds the perfect amount of healthy glow while maintaining the smoothness and prolonging the wear. So I feel like this really checks all the boxes that I'm looking for. The mist is fine. The packaging is nice. This is really a standout setting spray that I've tried recently. I've been going back to some old favorites, but I see this being in the rotation for me because it's been that good. Another blush from YSL, but if you are similar to my skin tone, this is definitely a highlight on our skin tone. So if you were wanting to pick up that lighter blush from YSL and you want more of a highlighted look, then you might want to pick this up. But if you are more fair, this will definitely show up less highlighty, a little bit more pigmented on your fair skin. I was just curious how it would show up on mine. And it's definitely a pink highlight, which I think is still pretty. I would wear this combo again with my Merit Le Bonbon blush. It is so pretty, and I love the formula of the Merit blushes because they are buildable. You can put them on top of a fully set face if you wanted, and they work with more natural makeup. You can see it works with a more full coverage look too. They're just very versatile, so really love the new colors they came up with. The Kosas concealer in Magic really did brighten up the under eye, as you could see prior to me even going in with concealer. It did a really good job on my skin. I'm really happy with the pink one. I don't think I'd go back for the peach. I like a pink look underneath my eyes, and I think if I really wanted to have that really pink look, I could easily use this without so much concealer and just bring my eyes there. So I really like this. I'm happy with the formula, and I'm not really a corrector person. I'm pretty sure in a previous video I said I'm never buying a corrector again because I always hate them. I'm glad I did because I like this one. These powders from Florasis took me by surprise. I'm shocked at how much I love these. Powder lately has been like a hit and miss thing with me because some of my old favorites I haven't been really liking as much on my skin, and I've really been changing up powder for my skin. I think because I'm a little bit more dry because of the winter, and also because I'm getting older. But these really worked on my skin. They're so lightweight. They do have some tint to it too, so this pink one really did do a nice pink underneath my eyes. And then this one for all over the face, the translucent, I think helped me look a little less orange than the foundation was making me, but very smoothing and just enough set for my normal to slightly dry aging skin. I want to know what you want to see, lavender or green next. I'd love to try out more colors. The last thing I have here before the sun is fully on us is the Dr. Dennis Gross Lip Plumper and also the LED Lip Mask. I wish this was something you didn't actually have to put in your mouth. That bothers me. I was never gonna pick this up. I just wanted this, but because I found a set on sale and I ended up getting them together, but this is what I really wanted. I will continue to use this though, let you guys know how it goes. I did get this on Sephora Canada, but it's no longer there because it was on sale and there was a sale and a sale, and I'm sure other people saw the discount and just snagged this like I did. This lip plumper though is no joke. I even feel like my lips look really plump right now after it has worn off. I do feel like my lips look really good. I'm gonna keep testing this out, but this is the most intense lip plumper that I've personally ever tried. I mean, it looks like a needle. You're giving yourself a lip gloss injection, so just be mindful if you're gonna pick this up. Very intense. Plumping, but intense. So that is everything for today's Trying New Makeup. Thank you so much for jumping on this roller coaster ride with me today. I know every time I film it's just going to get better and better, and hopefully it doesn't take me twice as long to film so that we have inconsistent lighting and we get blinded by the sun. But the skin is still looking good in direct sunlight. That's a good foundation. Like, look at that skin. Direct sunlight never looks that good. Maybe I will have to repurchase that again. Anyways, it was so fun being back to filming. I know probably some of you didn't even know I was gone, but I am back. I feel good today. Had to take some breaks, but just good to be able to play around with makeup, create a look for you. I love how it turned out, and I hope you guys did too. So thank you so much for watching, for all your love and support. I love you guys so much, and if you're experiencing back pain or anything going on in your life, hang in there. We'll get through this together. There are better days ahead, and suffering is only temporary, just like everything in life. We will get through this together. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video.